I am crocheting a sweater today. Or at least I will be when I find where my hook went. Uh-oh. Okay, where did you go, hook? It's gotta be here somewhere. There it is. Boom. Got it. Right. Let's get crack-a-lackin', shall we? Ugh, the static electricity on this is awful. Love Hirschner's, but the static electricity in their yarn is a lot sometimes. So, yay. Anyway, yeah, sorry there was no video this week. Shenanigans. Got dealt a rough hand after the snowstorm and car trouble, so I just straight up did not have time to edit a video. Like, today is the first day I've actually sat down and relaxed at all. So, we'll be back to our regular schedule hopefully this week. Tangled up. So, we're making a sweater right now. I just gotta remember where I set my phone. There I set my phone. Oh, the static electricity. Okay. I just want to post on Instagram real quick that we're live. There. Posted that I'm live on Instagram. Now we can sit and crochet. Thank goodness I can finally sit and crochet. We're downstairs today. Hi! Instead of in the yarn room because it's cold and this is where my comfy chair is. I don't yet have a comfy chair in my yarn room. This was supposed to go in the yarn room, but it won't fit up the stairs. So, great. We're in this point of this game. I hate it. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy February, everybody. January's finally over. Thank God. If you're just joining, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live. Hit that subscribe button. All those fun things. Please, I had car trouble earlier this week and suffered. Being a grown-up is very hard, so do not rush to grow up. Because it's not fun. Anyway, we are working on a sleeve to a sweater right now. I'm hoping to have it done quickly. So, there. So join me as I crochet my sweater. Yeah, this one isn't going to be for sale or anything. This is just I just randomly wanted to make myself a sweater, and I haven't made myself anything in a while. So we're making a sweater. I like your jacket. Thank you. It was a birthday gift a couple years ago from a friend of mine. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Hope it's not too cold where you are. It hasn't gotten above freezing in like 2 weeks here. It's not fun with how cold it's been. Yeah, it's the furnace. You could probably hear in the background. I don't know if you can. If you're just joining, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live. Hit that subscribe button. I hope you'll hang out for a little while. You hit 23 is too cold for me. I'm waiting for 70 degrees to come back. Yeah, in my part of Pennsylvania, it's been just straight up awful. It's been like in the negatives every night where I am, and I'm so tired of the cold. It's making everyone around me cranky. It's making me cranky. It made my car very cranky. RIP my wallet. I spent $800. My poor car. Deep South Louisiana. Ooh, 23 there. Ooh, that's no good. That's cold. Hey, Leah. Yeah, 23 is like an average winter temperature up here where I am. Hope everyone has a blessed week. Me too. I need a win. Too cold, yes. And that's the mechanic said with my cars. The problems were all just triggered. It's just so cold out. That was like, as soon as I got out of line, like a bunch more people came in, all with the same problems. It was just stressful and expensive. But I had my car back. And it's okay. It's in one piece. But could have done without the $850 bill, but let's do my cousin's nails at 1:30. Might pop out and come back in. Alright, sounds like a good idea. What time is it already? Oh, it's 4:15. I don't know if I'll still be live at that point because my aunt usually calls on Sundays around that time, so I may have to get off of live at that time too. So, car wouldn't start either. See, the problem is mine would eventually start. It didn't want to start, but it started. But I was driving down the mountain because I live on top of a mountain to go to work. And every time I gained any speed, my car would like catch. And then when I was trying to go uphill, it wouldn't let me accelerate. And then all these lights started flashing at me. So it turns out I had a problem with, it was an issue with the engine. Kind of lucky so far. Yeah, cars don't like cold, especially when you're not in an area that's used to it. But basically what happened was it was so cold it was making one of the sensors act up. And so the traction control thought I was sliding on ice every time I tried to accelerate and was applying an emergency brake. Because I was worried it was like the transmission or something. Wouldn't let me shift gears. No, it just, every time I tried to accelerate, it thought I was about to crash. So, and it's hard because I take the interstate to go to work. So I'm sitting there at like 45 miles an hour trying to go up another mountain. All the lights are flashing, the engine light's flashing, the traction control light's flashing, and there's nowhere to pull over, so I'm like, just get me over this mountain. So it wasn't fun. And then I got to work and called my dad and dropped it off at the mechanic. And the mechanic said, well, your car is almost at 60,000 miles. Combined with the cold and the fact that it's 10 years old, it was just a perfect storm, so I had to get some sensors replaced so that it would stop applying the emergency brake. I had to have the spark plugs replaced, the engine ignition coil replaced. I had to get the oil changed because there was gasoline going into the oil tank. And it was just a mess. So RIP my wallet, but they fixed my car up and now it's good for another 60,000 miles. Because I just about hit 60,000 miles on it. So it already was going to need some maintenance soon. It's just the cold kind of accelerated it, so. Yeah, that was my adventure. And then I cried in front of the mechanic because I was just so stressed out because I was worried I was going to have to get a new car. And I just bought a house, so I'm like, I don't have car money right now. Luckily, it was just some things needed replaced, which was still as expensive, but. I also really don't want to get a new car because this one's paid off and I've had it for 10 years and I'm just really glad. I enjoy not having a car payment. And I've had it for 10 years. I'm quite attached. So. So there, that was my week. So that's why there was no video yesterday, no live stream at all during the week because I had to be done routine maintenance. Yeah. It was expensive. But I've got more routine maintenance that's going to have to come up soon. So I will need the transmission fluid changed. And inspection, obviously, but one good thing is inspection is going to be cheaper for me now because I moved to a different county than where I had been living in my hometown, and the county I moved to does not require vehicle emissions inspections. It doesn't care about the environment, whereas where I was living needed an emissions inspection. So now I just need a regular safety inspection and don't care about the environment, which, yay, I get to save that $300. Spend it on the transmission fluid instead. So. So yay. Anyway, we are working on a sleeve right now, if you're just joining. I really like the colors on this one. Very pretty. Very pretty, very fun. Back to bouquet rose blanket. Cool. You want to make a sweater. Yeah, it's cold, so let's make sweaters. Yeah, let's see. Right now, it's 19 degrees out right now where I am. Too cold. Too cold. Much too cold. Okay. Pause. Let's count. How many rows do I have for this? 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh, sweet. Just a few more rows. Just 3 more rows of double crochet. Nice. Yeah, try and get detangled and all that. Love Hirschner's worsted 8, but it seems like every time I use it, it's full of static electricity. And it gets stuck to me. Snowstorm closed school from last Thursday to Tuesday. My mom had to teach virtual. Oh no! Yeah, we closed Monday, and that was it. But the local school district was on 2-hour delay the entire week. And then I think it's going to be the local school district where I work was on 2-hour delay. The one where I live closed, I think, the whole week, but did virtual learning so that they wouldn't have to make up the snow days in June. And the one where I work was 2-hour delay the entire week. And then I think this week they're both, the one where I live and the one where I work is going to be 2-hour delay. Just because of how cold it is. It's ridiculous, but yeah. Well, it's ridiculous how cold it is. My poor brother, I was talking to him, like a bunch of his pipes froze from how cold it's been. So, he's not too happy. Been dealing with that. And all that good stuff. And luckily for me, it's been okay at my house, but the problem is I live on a little tiny alleyway, unpaved alleyway. I live right on the corner of 2 unpaved alleyways. So they were only plowed like once. So I had to do the rest of the digging myself. Cause where I live, the snowplows, it's like 2 guys in their trucks from the 80s trying their best. But we don't normally get this much snow, so it's never really been such a problem. But yeah. Then I rode out the storm with my parents, and then I had to go. My dad hurt his back, so I had to dig my parents out. And then I get back to my house and I have to dig myself out. And I'm not exactly the youngest. Not getting any younger. So, yeah. That really was not very pleasant. It was not pleasant at all to do that much digging. Okay. No, I didn't want to use the blue. I want yellow. There we go. Okay. Now we're off to the races. I just have a couple more rows of double crochet on this sleeve, and then we'll do the decreases, and then the sleeve should be done, and we'll put on the ribbing. And we should be all set. Yay, making a sleeve. So, luckily the nor'easter we were supposed to get this weekend ended up going a different direction, so. Thank goodness. Ugh. Static electricity is sticking to me. But yay. Progress on the sleeve. Hello, welcome to the live. Yay, 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 yay. Lovely. Nice big baggy sleeves. Yeah, this sweater is just for myself because I want my own sweater. What are you making? I am making a sweater. Specifically right now, we are working on one of the sleeves. But overall, we are making a sweater. And after this row, we have one more row of double crochet left. And then I'm going to start single crocheting, and then a bit of ribbing for the cuff. And then we'll ooh and ah over it and move on to the other sleeve. Only problem with carrying the strands with you is they get tangled up if you're dealing with a lot of static electricity. About ready to hit this with some static remover, but here, my neighbor's dog, he's in his backyard barking. Alright, if you're just joining, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. Oh, and starting next Saturday, we will be running a sale on my website. Because I have entirely too many hats in inventory, so I'm going to be having a big sale where all the hats in my website are going to be 20% off. Every single hat, 20% off. So I'm hoping that will get enough interest that'll clear them out some room in the inventory, because there's really a ridiculous amount of hats. And then the video I was going to post this weekend that I did not finish editing because life shenanigans, I'll post that probably this coming Saturday or sometime this week. And there's going to be no tutorial for this month because, again, life. Or if we do a tutorial, it'll be a quick and dirty one that'll come out later in the month instead of the first Tuesday like I usually do. I've been busy. Well, I've also been doing some collaborations as well. So that took up a surprising amount of time. Because my co-teacher, she's also a YouTuber, Instagram person. And we've been doing some content together. So I usually share her stuff on my Instagram. She's still getting YouTube and everything, TikTok and everything set up. Exciting things, a real collaboration. Even though it's mostly just us on our lunch break. I'll probably add her account to the Nightbot, because Nightbot cycles through in my chat telling y'all, giving y'all interesting links. So I'll probably add that in. All right, we did it. We're done with double crochets. Now we're gonna put away the 5.5 and pull out the 4. And wow, a lot of people just joined. Hi, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live, hit that subscribe button, hang out, chat, have fun, all that good stuff. You can hear my neighbor's dog in the background. That's Theodore. He has lots to say. Okay. Can't hear anything. Oh, you can't hear the dog? Okay. Yeah, well, I can hear him, but dog wise. Okay. Yeah, no. I can, but he's probably not the microphone's probably not sensitive enough to pick it up. Which is fine. Yeah, his name's Theodore. He's really sweet. He's just really loud. Sounds like a big scary dog, but really he's just going, hi, 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 let's be friends. Hi, 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 hi. And then he'll get going, and then my neighbor will hear him go, Theodore, get in the house. Because he does get quite loud. But he's always at the fence every night when I get home from work to greet me, which is nice. So, good stuff, good stuff. Just doing some decreases here. Yeah. The wind is really going. The wind is always going really, really hard here. To the point where I think I'm going to abandon my idea of getting solar panels on my roof when I replace my roof, and I'm going to see if I can get wind turbines instead. Because the wind up here is honestly kind of ridiculous sometimes. I lost another Lunar New Year lantern. It blew away again. All right, we did it. Yay! All right. We're done with that color. Yay. Set this aside for later when we come back to the sleeves. Good lord, the static electricity. I don't even know what do you even do for that? It's ridiculous. About ready to go to the store and get some anti-static spray. Okay. Back had a knock at the door. I don't like people at my house on Sundays. Yeah. I have a big no soliciting sign on my front door. It was one of the first things I bought. When I went to Lowe's to get smoke alarms, because the smoke alarms that were in my house when I bought the place expired during George Bush's first term. Or, well, they could have expired during his first term, depending on which month. I can't remember. I just remember seeing 2005 and going, what? You need a sign. Yeah, I don't know how much it works. Really? I live far back from the main road, down an alleyway, so like when people are going door to door and doing things, they don't really realize that my house is back here. I'm only addressed to the main road because my front door faces it, but I'm not actually on it. I'm on an alleyway. But I haven't gotten anybody knocking on my door except my mailman once because I gave him a hot chocolate for Christmas and he knocked on the door to thank me. Right, this is going well. But yeah, I know the sign I got. It was like it was a big sticker that I just slapped on my front door. I got it at Lowe's for like $2. One main road, but I have to beware of dog sign. Inside me, dog. You just don't like people. How long have you been working on the sweater? I've been working on this a couple days. Such a beautiful color combo. Thank you. I have been working on this sweater for a couple days. Loving browns and blues together lately. Yeah. Yeah, I have been too. It's a really good combo. It's a surprisingly good combo. There we go. Okay. Roses for this bouquet rose. So many roses. Yeah. That's why I like those kind of blankets. I like the look, but then I see just how many little things you have to make and then put together, and it's like, ugh. Not a fan. Not a fan of needing to put a bunch of little things together. Okay, we're just weaving in the ends here real quick. Partially why I don't do amigurumi is because I just don't like needing to make a bunch of little things. I'm definitely like a garment slash home goods person. I like making stuff for the home, which I should really do. I wanted to make more stuff for Valentine's Day, and then life got ahead of me, which is what happened in Christmas, but then life got ahead of me, and I'd like to get stuff done for St. Patrick's Day, but life is probably going to get ahead of me again. So we'll plan on 4th of July. I like putting little things together in a little big shawl blanket scarf silver. Yeah, I like making big like shawls or hats. But I mean, I will have some time in. I am having surgery at the end of March, so I'll have some time off of work to sit and really do things. And I'll have no excuse because I'm not going to be able to be up and around. I actually have to sit still for a week, which I'm not really looking forward to, but why is there something? What's the announcement? I think I mentioned it offhand once, but yes, at the end of March I am having surgery. It's a very minor procedure. Nothing's wrong. It's just to prevent anything from going wrong in the future. Because cancer runs really badly in my family. And now that I'm 30, they're worried about certain things becoming a problem. So, in the future. So, we're just gonna yeet everything that could cause a problem before it does. So, yeah, at the end of March. They're gonna cut holes in me. Thank you. Yeah, it's very minor. It's a very minor procedure, in and out. Like, I won't even have to be intubated. That's what they said during the consult. So. The only thing that's really stressing me about it is, I have to be off work for a week, minimum. And I have to sit still for a week. And no lifting for like 6 weeks. Be like, you basically need to go back to being a small child whose parents take care of you. And I'm like, I don't wanna. Like, my back was hurting so bad this week, too, from shoveling out. And my parents are like, sit down. And I'm like, I can't. So, that's been fun. I had literally never been. That's like my dream. See, I just can't sit still. I've got ADHD, but I had male presenting symptoms, which is why I was diagnosed so young. ADHD in girls presents differently. Whereas in boys, it's typically bouncing off the walls. Girls, it's just inattentive. But I have the bouncing off the walls kind. So I'm also had the inattentive type, but it was primarily the bouncing off the walls. So yeah, to this day, I'm still always bouncing off the walls, which is why I like my day job working with babies, because I'm always up and running around chasing after them. Ugh, this week is just going to be annoying though, because I have CPR training later this week, so I won't be done with work until like 8 o'clock at night. That's going to be a 13-hour day for me. And I'm all sitting here like, it's really time to renew my CPR training already. And it's also kind of annoying because I've been CPR certified. Bet I'm not music's not play that down. This would be very sad. Yeah, I know. Well, during the consult, they're like, yeah, no, it's about a 3-week recovery. And I'm like, 1 week. And they're like, fine. Also, I'm sitting there like, y'all gonna pay my bills while I'm off for 3 weeks? And yeah, but then I'm like, oh wait, I have disability insurance, so I'll still be getting paid. I'll still be getting a paycheck from my day job. I have a day job, by the way. This is not my job. 5. Okay. So I'll be off work for at least a week. Just sit and crochet and make my brother bring me yarn. I think family is working out who's going to stay with me afterwards. Though I think everybody will, because my dad retires in 1 month. 1 month from today, my dad is retired. He is so excited. Maybe we'll do a live retirement. Topic so much more in Sarah's life. So many people came in crotch goblins, many crotch goblins. Parents, keep your kids off the internet. Hey, Chris, keep your children off the internet. I say this as a former child on the internet. Keep your kids off the internet. But yeah. Oh my goodness. This is coming along quite nicely. This is another thing I love about Hirschners is their variegateds coordinate to solids, which I love. Hirschners, I miss you. Haven't bought yarn since December again. They'll come to the earworm live sale, claim an earworm, and then I don't answer, are you sure? And then they ask their parents, and they say, no, of course. Yeah. We're very static. There, sorry for that. It didn't work. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Hirschner's worst to date, I've just found, is like the worst when it comes to static. Like, it's always so pretty, and I love it, and I recommend it. But sometimes, it really only becomes a problem if you're working with multiple strands. Like I was carrying the yarn for each stripe. Mind-numbing word, but blocking them brings me tiny joy. Yes, and they learn a valuable lesson. It's not their fault they don't know how the economy and money works. Though also, mom and dad respect the hustle. It's like when I do craft shows close to Christmas, they're like, oh, but Santa's coming soon. And I'm like, well, then why are you here? Monks Path, 3 L's Town, Monks Walking for Pizza is so awesome. Yeah, the monks. That is pretty cool. Though maybe they should stay in a hotel for a while when they get to Pennsylvania, just because it's so cold. Like, yes, I understand walking for peace, but you will have no peace walking in this cold. Stay inside where it's warm, then you can go. T-button was struggling though. Yeah. Yeah, the A button on my keyboard struggles. but surely we are trucking along. We will have a sleeve. These roses I even have got a half dozen in May. Yeah. Feels like it takes forever to make flowers sometimes. Those kitties on your shirt, they are indeed black cats. Yes, a good friend of mine bought this for me for my birthday a couple years ago. Kitties, yes, kitties. Yeah, I think starting in April, I'm gonna start having partial custody of the cats while my parents are building up in New York. Which means I gotta get some child safety locks for the plumbing access panels because Zuzu knows how to open cabinet doors. We are about done. Sarah made a sticker for Whack-A-Troll. Another phrase. Oh, I have to find a thing for Kyle. Yeah. Whack-A-Troll. Oh gosh, if I had the budget right now, I would love to get some funny stickers like that. That ball works up like it would to me. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I think this is this was a color pack from Hirschner's. One of those packs where they coordinate a bunch of solids with their variegateds. I'm so sad. I think they discontinued the Celebrate line of colorways, which I really liked those, so. You kidding me? Why don't you want to slip stitch? Yeah. Technical difficulties, chat. Hold on. There we go. The yarn was not cooperating with me for a minute there. Very annoying. Yay, we did it. We finished the sleeve. And yes, I know the wrist looks tiny, but I have tiny wrists. All right, yay, sleeve done. Set this aside. One whole sleeve complete. Ta-da! And because I already wove in the ends as I went, I'm just gonna pull the sleeve inside out and cut them off. Because I weave in as I go to avoid dealing with nonsense. Very nice. Thank you. Gotta sharpen these scissors. Okay, here we go. And see, I carried the yarn up the seam on the inside, so. So now it's just there we go. Yay. Okay. Fingers are stuck. Oh. That's my clock if you hear meowing. It meows every hour on the hour. See, perfect. It fits my tiny little wrist right through. I've got big arms and big muscle arms, but little teeny wrists. A sleeve. Now we figure out, okay. Can't remember where the back was. Which means I did a really good job on this sleeve if I can't find the seam. There it is. Okay, so this is the wrong side. Okie dokie. Oh, there it is. Okay, found the seam. Okay, we're going to put these down here. And get ready to make the next sleeve. Boom. Okay. All right. Okay. Now if I can keep sticking to me, the static. All right. Pull up 5.5 again. Do battle with the static electricity again. Now we'll start with this stitch instead. And the static is going to drive me planet bananas. Okay, but we're off to the races with that one. That's tight. You're just electric. Yup. Guess you could say that. Now I want to make a sweater with one of the neon yarn packs they have. That would be very fun. But I put myself on yet another yarn buying ban until after surgery. to save that money. Okay. All right, let's get this sleeve started. Surgery for what? I forgot. Having a biopsy slash taking some stuff out to prevent cancer. So that's at the end of March. And I'm gonna have a 1 week recovery where I'm not allowed to move, and I don't wanna. So gosh, I made banana bread earlier. Can't wait to dive into that later. Figure out what I'm doing for dinner too. I have no idea. Tomorrow night I'm doing tacos. And then living off the leftovers for that, and then I'll figure out what I do afterwards. I'm not sure. Reach the tablet remote. It should be tolerable, hopefully. Yeah. Yeah, it's just the sit still, no doing heavy lifting that is gonna annoy me. One skein of yarn at a time. No giant totes full of yarn. Tacos on Monday, such a rebel. Yeah, but it makes sense to do them tomorrow. Because if I cook all the meat that I have, that I usually allot for them, then I have enough leftovers that I can have the meat for like a week. So, and then I can use it for other stuff too. So, because what I do is it's a pound of your ground meat of choice, seasoned the way you want it, with a can of corn and a thing of rice, and you just mix it all together. And I'd use that for tacos and stuff, but I can also use it. I put like a fried egg on top, or I mix it with some salad. So really, I'm making taco filling tomorrow and then living off of that for a week. And it's gonna be delicious. What do you call it? Goulash here. You by itself with crackers. Yeah. Yeah, you could throw noodles in it. Well, I wouldn't if you had the rice, but it's good stuff. I just use it primarily for tacos because I like tacos. Yup, strategic multi-purpose taco filling meal base. That's exactly what it is. All right, next color. Don't barf on me, Skane. I feel like dealing with that right now. I'm always down for a good street taco. Yeah. Love tacos. Okay. There goes the furnace again. Gonna have to get my dad to show me how to change the filter out soon. Oh, and last weekend, just before the snowstorm, went and got a quote to have a pellet stove put in my house. So I have a goal for after the roof and the water heater. Oh, and I found out I was going around in my basement. I don't go down there very often because it's creepy and I'm pretty sure there's ghosts. But I had to go down there this week to check on my pipes to make sure nothing had frozen, and I found a shower in my basement. Whole shower in the basement. That I hadn't known was there because the last time I went to that corner of the basement it was just before I bought the place, and the sellers had so much crap there covering the wall. And then I get there, and yeah, there's a whole shower down there. If you haven't yet already, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. Been live for a little over an hour now. Woohoo! We finished a sleeve and we're making good progress on another sleeve. Double or single crochet? This is a double crochet. Treble crochet in UK terms. But right now, but since I'm American, this is double crochet. You started crocheting? That's awesome. It's a good hobby to have. A very good hobby to have. Made a bag doing a blanket now. Awesome. Yeah. Right now I am working on a sweater. But I'm thinking maybe I'll make a bag later this week because I need to make a birthday gift for my mom. Her birthday is next week. And I think she would like a bag or of some kind. So my mom's birthday is next week. She doesn't know how to feel about it. I reminded her, hey, it's another year closer to you being able to retire, and that made her seem to feel a little more excited. And Dad retires beginning of March. And I sit here and go, ugh, I'm a millennial. We're never gonna retire. Okay. Oh, don't yarn barf. Just pull the yarn out, Skates. Just do what you're supposed to do, please. Crochet business? I do indeed. I have a website where you can buy the stuff I crochet. smallpinecraft.square.site. It's linked. Nightbot keeps linking it. But I have a shop. And I have tutorials. And I quietly put some new stuff in the shop this morning. I didn't do a big announcement about it, but I put 3 shawls in the shop today. How long have you been crocheting for? I have been crocheting since 1999, so 27 years? I think the math is right there. I've been crocheting for 27 years. Oh, yay. Really like this blue. Very vibrant blue. I like it. Okay. Here we go. What's the best thing you crochet? I think maybe the king-size granny square blanket that I made for my brother and sister-in-law as their wedding gift. It's probably the best thing I've made. Though I also made a really cool sea turtle blanket many years ago that looked like baby sea turtles crawling to the ocean. And that was also pretty cool. But that I was following a pattern I had found. So. Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry to hear that. And then of my small projects, I think my favorite thing I've crocheted is the Ultimate Rainbow Swirl Hat. That's in my shop. It's got 6 colors all swirling. It's really fun. Big bright rainbow. Aw. That's awful. I'm so sorry to hear that. You gonna crochet a beanie later after this blanket? Go for it. I'd like to crochet some more beanies, but I have way too many hats in my shop, so I need to sell a bunch before I let myself make more. Because it's ridiculous the amount of hats I have. It's sitting in my inventory closet right now. I have only 5 roses made for this blanket. Wow. Good luck to you. Making more roses. Okay, now I always slip stitch every 3 rows. Come on, hand, stop shaking. Okay. Okay. Oops. Accidentally half doubled instead of doubled. Go. Sleeves. Yay. What time is it? Oh, wow. It's about 4:30. Jeez. Boy, today went fast. Okay. These are starting to get tangled and annoying. Okay. Boom. Okay, let me just take a quick minute to untangle these skeins because they're annoying. Later, need food. Go get food. Okay. There's no reason why the static electricity here should be this bad. My goodness. Okay. What are you making? I am making a sweater, but right now we're fighting with the yarn. Keep getting stuck to itself because of static electricity. And it keeps driving me crazy. Okay. All right. Okay, back on track. Right now we're working on the last sleeve of this sweater. And there's just a whole lot of static, making the yarn get stuck to itself. Excuse me. Yay. We're off to the races. If you're just joining, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button to enjoy all this wonderful crochet, fun, everything. My brother texted something. Worry about it later. What should I do for dinner tonight? That is the real question. Gosh, my old college canceled classes for tomorrow because of the weather. Must be Armageddon. Anyway. Yeah. Static electricity is annoying me. Okay. Yay, there we go. Okay. Keep going. I think we are on row 7 out of 24 for this sleeve. So we're making really good progress. I do believe maybe I'll get this finished by tonight and then I can start on something else. Oh. There we go. Making progress despite the yarn being full of static electricity. Yay. Still visiting. Still here. Still sticking. Okay. slip stitch. All right, yay, there. Got it. Keep on stitching. And there goes the furnace again. Oh goodness. There we go. All right. Okay. The static is starting to really get annoying. Right, this is row 9 out of 24. Woohoo. I can't believe it's still this light out as it is. Thank goodness. I'm tired of winter, darkness, and bleh. And it'll be nice. Maybe I can start crocheting on the porch when it finally warms up. Because it's so flippin' cold out. Good morning, hello. Welcome to the live. If you're just joining, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live, hit that subscribe button, all that fun stuff. Okay, we're about done with row 9 out of 24, which is pretty awesome. Okay, there we go. No, I don't want the yellow, I want the rust. I think that's what this one's called, rust. I want that one. Keep on going. Row 10. Woohoo! Let's give it up for row 10. Oops. Right. Straighten my legs out, chat. Hang on. Okay, much better. Okay, let's keep crocheting. Just keep crocheting. I'm sorry, I don't speak French. That's not one of my languages. Sorry. And there. Row 11. Off to the races with row 11. Yay. Okay. Knock on wood, but I think a lot of the static electricity problem has been solved. I hope. Like I said, knock on wood. Thank you. Thank you, Chris, for translating. You are Algerian. That's cool. Well, welcome to the channel. You can hang out, all that fun stuff. I'm gonna have to jump off of live soon. My family is gonna call. Yeah. Yeah, we'll probably do a couple more rows and then I gotta get going. My aunt's gonna call soon. And I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner. And then I'm going to sit back and watch the pit, but we'll do a few more rounds here. Get as much of this sleeve done as we can. Leftover homemade soup and some garlic bread. Ooh, that sounds good. I gotta go dig around my freezer and see what I've got. So I know I've got plenty of stuff. It's just what stuff do I want to make? And what will have the least amount of dishes? So I do not currently own a dishwasher. Okay. Okay, row 12 out of 24. We're halfway there. And the static seems to have largely corrected itself, which is nice. Always nice. If you're just joining, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live, hit that subscribe button. All that fun stuff. As we continue to work on this sweater. Soup making cake with the new pressure cooker. I just make tons of freeze portions. Got 3 different kinds in the freezer before I warmed up. That sounds yummy. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I do have a lot of soup. Maybe I'll have soup for dinner. I'd love to make chicken and dumplings, but that serves like 8 people. And I don't want to do all that work for me and some leftovers. Maybe I'll pull out the rice cooker. I'm having rice tomorrow, but there's no law that says I can't have rice 2 nights in a row. Beef with barley, carrot, vegetable soup, and beans and ham. So I guess 4, not 3. Ooh, and we're back. Welcome back, Aaliyah. That was quick. Everyone behaved. Talking about soup. And we're almost halfway done with this sleeve, which is great. It would be great, maybe, if I had enough of this yarn left over after I finish this sweater that I could make a matching hat. Matching double-stranded knit beanie. That would look pretty cool. Watch My Little Pony for her appointment. It brought me back. Wow. Oh god, My Little Pony. My high school had a weird number of bronies back in the day. Ugh. in the grades younger than me. It was in almost thinking Brony era was more, honestly, I think it was more early. Brony peak Brony era was more early college for me than high school. You were teeny. You were teeny. I was old. It's like all these kids on TikTok having nostalgia for 2016, and I'm like, eh. I mean, I had a halfway decent 2016. Was almost done with college. Lived with all friends. The music was good. That was about it. Honestly, I was pretty drunk for most of 2016 when you come to think about it. So, yeah, you weren't. 'Most of my 2016 was spent in one of the library study rooms working on my thesis. And most of the things that these kids talk about in their 2016 nostalgia was actually 2012. With the mustache and the silly bands and the obsession with bacon. Yeah, that was 2012. Twenty 2016, I remember a lot of celebrities died. We've been live for almost 2 hours. Wow. I think we'll do another 2 rounds and then jump off. I have to do my weekly call with my extended family and make food and catch up on the pet and maybe do some video editing for the video I was supposed to post yesterday. Oops. We were off schedule this week because I had too much going on. Yep, 5 o'clock. It's my kitty cat clock my aunt got me for Christmas. It meows every hour on the hour. Five o'clock. Yep. It's 5 o'clock here. And the sun is still up, guys. It's still pretty bright. Hooray! 2 p.m. here. Yep, it's 5 here. 5 o'clock on a Sunday night. Whoa. Gotta go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Blech. God, and this week's gonna be a long week. I have CPR training after work most nights. Ew. You would think after being CPR certified for like over 20 years at this point, they would just be like, yeah, you're good. But no. Bring a good project to work on through it. Yup. I think the only thing that's changed is now with infants you can use thumb compressions. It's 20 if you're giving rescue breaths. Just keep going if you're not giving rescue breaths. But if it's pediatric or infant, you have to give rescue breaths. Adults, it's recommended, but not as strongly. So, infants, it's usually the 2 fingers, but now you can also do thumb or the palm of your hand. They taught me all 3. This was CPR training. I'm always so tired afterwards. But I won't say no to the overtime pay. That'll be a cool $50. Prioritizing compression over breath, but it picks up anywhere here and there somehow. Yeah. Up. I gotta get going, guys. My aunt is calling me, so I will see you all at some point later this week. Thank you all for coming to my live. And have a great week, everybody. Thanks for coming. Like, subscribe. We'll get the video out soon. Good night.